Hello and welcome to episode 78, and for this day session I'm back down on my third trip in a row at Chad Lakes. I'm joined by Sean, who's seen my last couple of videos and like the look of it here, didn't you? Fancy to go yourself, so you come all the way down from Worcester to have a go here. And Pete, who lives miles away in Cirencester, but back in episode 76 I was saying I've got a charity match here in April. Well, Pete is the organiser of that charity match, so he's come down for a little practice session as well. But anyway, hopefully it'll be a good session. The weatherman says the weather's going to get rough later on and we're in for some wet and wild weather later on.
We'll get lucky, I reckon.
So, well, we're expecting wet and windy weather, so... Anyway, don't want to waffle on and make this video too long, so hopefully there'll be nice and lots of fishies to show you later on. But until then, let's go fishing. Alright guys, just in Pete's swim, and he's got a fish on within about half hour setting up. Fish is under the rod tip already. Mind you, by the time I got here, it's already half played, hasn't it? Yeah. See, seeing that, probably go mental under the rod tip for 5 minutes. See the bait hanging out of his mouth. No pressure. Looks an half decent one, doesn't he?
Yeah, it does. Don't want to come up.
I can see, so the camera wasn't really picking him up underwater, but that's right, it's going mental under the rod tip. I could see him on camera that time. Nice. Little yellow pop up. Well in.
Yes.
£11.7, caught on a little 12mm yellow pop-up, soaked in the hurendous beetling. Happy days.
Nice one, mate.
First fish of the session.
Hopefully many more to come.
Yeah. Let's slip her back.
So on this session I'm fishing a particle approach. On my right hand rod I'm fishing 2 bits of fake sweet corn soaked in the hinders beetle in, and on my left hand rod I'm fishing tiger nut tipped with a bit of fake yellow corn also soaked in the beetle in. Tiger nuts I've had soaking the beetle in as well. Rather than baiting up with boilies, because I'm fishing a particle approach as hook baits, I'm going to bait up with particles as well. So if we get a close up on that. So it's a pigeon conditioner which I've been soaking up for the last couple of days, and then boiled yesterday. Been soaking it for 48 hours. Basically all just little nuts and seeds and sort of grains, sort of just normally what you'd spot out, but I'm fishing the margin, so I'm going to just chuck this in by hand. If you're wondering why it's looking sort of very pinky in colour, because when I was soaking it as well, I chucked in some goo that a friend of mine makes. He's done it in the Northern Special flavour, so which is pink, so that's why my puckles is looking pink. But yeah, that's what I'm going to bait up with. So I've just cast out my rods, so I'm going to chuck some of this in now. Right then guys, just going to give you a little tour of my swim. As you've just seen, I'm in peg 5, which is sort of like one of the corner pegs on the far end of the lake as you come into Chad Lakes. Peg 5 along with sort of peg 8 sort of two of sort of the least favoured swims on the lake. The reason being, if you've got a sort of a full complement of anglers on the whole lake and every swim's taken, you sort of being on peg 5 like I am, you're sort of hemmed in by peg 4 sort of there, and then peg 6 round to my left, which peaks in, so you're sort of hemmed in really into a sort of a corner and don't have a lot of water to fish if there were people in them pegs. So my reason for sort of picking one of the least favoured pegs is to sort of show people, you know, even if you do get stuck in a less favourable peg, then hopefully, you know, it's not all doom and gloom. You still can have fish for it. So I've opted to fish the margins. The margin seems to fish well at this venue. So I've got my right hand rod just straight down there, and then my left hand rod by that sort of green bush there. So hopefully I can prove and show, you know, even if you draw a peg that's not so favourable, right, basically I'm just sort of pretending as if there were people over sort of in peg 4, and I know Pete's in peg 6, because as I said, got that match in April and there are 12 people in it, so every swim will be taken. And sort of all these videos I'm doing on this lake at the moment, I'm posting on the match wall for the sort of people who's in the match to see these videos, and hopefully, you know, the people who watch these videos or are in the match can see, you know, if you've drawn sort of peg 5 or peg 8, you know, it's not the end of the world. You still can catch fish. Well, that's the plan. Let's see if it works or backfires. Alright guys, just a quick update. As I was saying in the intro, we was due some wet and windy weather moving in around sort of mid-morning, and it's about midday now, and you could probably hear it on top of my day shelter and you can see it on the lake, but here it is. The wet weather's here. Not exactly very windy just yet. The wind has picked up a bit since we got here, but the rain is here, and I think it's here for the duration of the day now. Whether that'll affect fishing conditions or not, who knows? Time will tell. Guy in peg 2, he must have had enough of this weather. Not exactly the best fishing conditions today. Oh no, I thought he was packing up from the looks of it. Looks like he's got a fresh rig on that rod. And there was me thinking he was packing up. Right guys, the rain feels like it's eased off a little bit. Probably don't sound it from the noise on the bivvy day shelter, but it has a little bit. So I'm going to re-chuck my right hand rod, which is on a PVA bag. So well, I haven't caught yet. I'm going to show you the rig I'm fishing. Anyway, we start off at the top end. Got a flying back lead, the step. And I've got about 18 inches of Nash diffusion rig tubing, and in the middle and at the end some tungsten putty just to help it all sink down. 2-ounce flat pair lead with the extended inserts that I use now for PVA bagging. Hook link is about 3 inches long, supple braid all the way through. Then we come to the hook end. As I said, I've been baiting out with particles, so I'm fishing a particle sort of based hook bait. There you go. 2 bits of fake floating corn. Got a Nash hook. That's one of the I can't remember what it's called offhand. I'm sure you remind me in the comments. And then as you can see, the little sleeve over the hook is one that's got like a loop on the back, and to that you can fit like a little micro swivel, and that's what I've got me fake corn hooked onto. Just threaded a bit of braid through the other end of the swivel. That's which you can't see because it's embedded in the corn now. And then yeah, that's nice. That it just allows a bit of sort of free movement of the bait. There you go. You can see it nicely there now. There's sort of like a little loop on the back of the sleeve, and you can fit either whatever you want to, like a bait screw, or as in this case, I've got like a little micro rig ring swivel. And so I just pulled a bit of braid through the other end just with what you can't see, and tied it off on a bait stop at the other end. And I just need a sinker just below the hook just to keep it all pinned down like that on the deck. As per usual, all that will go into a solid catch carp PVA bag. And with that, I'm literally doing a little underarm swing down to the right hand side of my margins. Right, so let's get it back in a PVA bag and in the water, because I ain't going to catch nothing without the water. Right guys, come to the end of our session now. Rods are still out at the moment, but as soon as I finish this bit to camera, it's all getting wound in. What excuses can I come up with to go with my blank? Well, I stuck myself in one of the less favoured corner pegs, as I said earlier on, to try and prove that you could catch fish if you were stuck in the corner, sort of hemmed in by other anglers on the other corners. And well, it's kind of backfired sort of successfully, really. Yeah. I don't think it was so much down to sort of peg choice. I think
the weather didn't help really.
Yeah, the weather, I think, is definitely the factor, I think, that determined fishing in this session. Do you think they believe that?
Yeah, I reckon they would.
Good. Right. I mean, it could have been bad bait choice going particle approach. I mean, I went with naked choddies last 2 sessions here, and that's sort of what you caught on, wasn't it? Sort of a choddy link on a
stiff injury.
Yeah, so maybe sort of today's session has proved sort of inch stiff rigs, choddy hook lengths, and little yellow pop-ups are maybe the way to go on this lake.
And the beetling as well.
And the beetling, yeah. Because that's what I caught on last 2 sessions, and it's what you caught on today, wasn't it? So, right, anyway, gonna start packing up now because it's wet, it's cold, and it's dark. Right then, even though I blanked, thanks to Pete, he's put a fish in this session, but it's time to go home now. So, thanks for watching this session. I don't know when I'll be out on the bank again. My next day off work, I got airport runs to do for mates, so could be a while before I'm out on the bank again. But till I am, tight lines.
Cheers.